John Lynch was talking today, and 2 months ago, he was saying, we got to really examine this team and figure out what we can improve. And I was wondering, like, do you really mean that? Or is that just something you say because it sounds good? Well, today, I was curious, like, what was it that you put your finger on? Because you've been on the cusp for so long, and he said it's the D-line. It's funny. You think of us having this great D-line, but last year we really felt like we didn't. And we felt like we were taking a step back, and we feel like our formula, what we had in 2019 was a dominant defensive line. So that's what they prioritized. And they brought in 3 guys. They also lost a few, but Javon Hargrave, they look at as a big DeForest Buckner level player. Were they right? Was that the most important area to address defensive line?
Absolutely not. No, the most important is quarterback, obviously. I don't like how they have addressed that situation. The second most important position is your offensive line, they have done nothing yet to tighten up that right tackle position.
Matt
Pryor, Colton McKivitz. Those are your right tackles. Colton McKivitz is the guy right now.
Be honest. When John Lynch said they signed Matt Pryor, had you heard of him?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I was like, the pitcher for the Cubs? I was like, is he 40? No, it's Mark Pryor. Oh, okay, Matt Pryor.
Yeah. No, that's I don't know, man. Again, I feel like 49ers are just not getting it. They're repeating the same things over and over again without learning from their mistakes, and it's extremely frustrating.
I love how they talk about their formula. Like, we needed to get back to our formula. Like, you lost the Super Bowl. You lost by 11 points. You have no formula.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Tweak the formula. Yeah. You needed to improve the defensive line. But offensive line is more important. And you took a step back. Unless John Feliciano and Matt Pryor are better than Daniel Brunskill and Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just an outdated formula. Why don't you take the formula from the people who win the Super Bowl over the last 5 seasons?
Yeah, the winners. The winners.
Use that formula and adapt that formula. Quit. You've been doing this formula for 6 years. We're in your.
You've had a top 5 defense for 4 years in a row. What has it gotten you?
It can get you far in the postseason. It can even get you the Super Bowl, maybe, but you're not going to win.
It's not going to close the deal. To close the deal and win the Super Bowl, you legitimately need a top 5 offense. You need an offense that can put up lots of points. And I know the Niners put up lots of points with Purdy for like a month and a half. That was a month and a half. Then they faced the Cowboys and didn't put up a lot of points. Then they faced the Eagles and they didn't get through the first quarter. So we don't really know what kind of offense the Niners have. It does look like their offensive line is, incomplete at best. And their quarterbacks are just 3 question marks.
Yeah.
So, I totally disagree with them. And it's funny, like, they keep thinking you're going to win with defense. Like, every Super Bowl winner has a decent defense. Now, you don't have to have great defense.
Yeah, you just have to have a good defense and a great quarterback. That's the formula, and you have to be able to protect that quarterback. We saw Patrick Mahomes lose the Super Bowl against Tom Brady because they couldn't protect him as great as he was. You need an elite quarterback, and you need great protection. Then defensive line, that comes after that.
Serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to explain this to Kyle Shanahan? He's an offensive coach. His dad is Mike Shanahan. Why are we explaining the importance of offense to Kyle Shanahan?
Because his dad is Mike Shanahan. He has an old school mentality. He is a 1990s head coach, right? That's what he believes. Yeah. Defense, run game, my system.
And John Lynch is a 1990s player.
Yeah.
And I think they take pride in being like, different than the rest of the teams and more physical. Like, they want to be the most physical team in the league. They talk about how, teams don't win after facing them. Like, that's great, but that's like a lower level trophy.
Yeah.
No one won a game after facing you. Great, but that's not the Lombardi trophy. That's they don't give a trophy for that. But you can be proud of it.
If the 49ers want to win a Super Bowl this year, the only way they can do that is they start Trey Lance, and hopefully by week 18 he's a high-level quarterback, or they trade for Lamar Jackson, go all in. But if they stick with Brock Purdy, we're going to see the same results.
Or they could have brought in a really good offensive tackle and made the offensive line so good that all 3 quarterbacks could succeed. Any of them.
Both.
That you would need 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The Niners over here talking about, well, I really hope, that the league lets us carry 3 quarterbacks. Why don't you just improve your offensive line so that's not necessary? No other team in the league is saying, we'll win the Super Bowl if we can just carry 3 quarterbacks. Like, no,
And we'll
we
see.
won't.
We'll see how aggressive they get in the draft, and maybe that's part of their plan. If they're real aggressive and they grab a really good right tackle, if they move up and do that, then maybe they still are doing the right things. But as of right now, I don't see it with Colton McKivitz.